Hello and welcome back to Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts Shipyard Champions. Yeah, we're now on to Season 6, and this challenge is a rerun, actually. We've had something very similar before. I think it's a year ago, possibly, where we did the Tiny Battleship Challenge. This week's challenge is a blast from the past, being our first ever challenge with the series, the Tiniest Battleship. What's the first ever? So that's more than a year ago. It's got to be the even tinier battleship. After designing the last small battleship for your nation and sinking an entire enemy battle fleet, you are celebrated as a hero. Soon after, you are commissioned to yet again design a small and cheap yet effective battleship to fill out our navy. But when you take your first prototype ship to sea, you are ambushed by the same nation with yet another battle fleet. It is now your job to try and escape with your ship still intact and their ships very much not intact. Well, I don't remember which nation I played in that challenge, so I'm gonna go with Spain. For a reason I will tell you. Your warships. Well, I get a battleship from 1935. Weather, time and day, any, and so forth. Enemy fleet, nation, any, tech year 1925. Number of warships. As you can see, they've got 2 battleships, 2 battlecruisers, 4 heavy cruisers, 6 light cruisers, and 10 DDs. All AI designed. So, let's see what they come up with. Scoring. Your score will be based on how little displacement your ship uses, and still sink all the enemies without sinking. Tiebreaker is the battle timer. So, here's what I've set up. I'm gonna go with night, and I think possibly overcast. Or will I? Or will I? No, I will actually go with daytime, because I think I will have a range advantage over a 1925 fleet. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. So why I'm going with Spain, and this is not my ship, this will be my ship. Spain and China actually have access to this very small battleship, advanced small battleship. Minimum displacement is 23,500 tons, but if you reduce the beam and draft, you can get it down smaller than that. I'm not sure if I want to have the beam and draft at the absolute minimum though, because that makes the ship very, very susceptible to flooding and such. I think -6 and -7 should be enough. Let's see what that gives me. Plus 14% gun and torpedo damage from the beam. And let's see, plus 7.4 and plus 9.8% torpedo damage. Minus 7.4% flooding chance, but plus 12% water spread speed. Yeah. It's gonna be a very fragile ship, that's for sure. There's nothing against me making it very expensive though, so I think diesel will give me the smallest displacement. For the main tower, I'm gonna pick this one. It's not that heavy, and it still has pretty good stats. Secondary tower, I'm just gonna pick the tiniest one. Let's see, what kind of funnel gives me the engine efficiency I need? Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna go with the smallest one. There we go. That is compact. As for speed, I will need to be able to kite away from the enemy So 8,500 tons at 25 knots. If I make it 28, that's not much of a weight difference, actually. So I might just make this kind of fast, because I will need to be retreating quite a bit, so as to not take too much damage. In fact, I am tempted to make this a reverse Nelson type ship. Now I am playing with the Dreadnought Improvement Project, so advanced armor does not come with a weight reduction. Let's see, tiniest main gun barbette. That's here. What kind of main guns? Mark 4. 11 Mark 5. That's a little bit tiny. I need to also sink their battleships. So 14 twin and a 15 twin. Let's just give them the that's a lot of armor. Let's just give them the same armor scheme, and then check out the weight difference. Let's go with that to begin with. $11.67 or $9.82. I think maybe the 14s, because this is a tiny ship, a tiny ship, and recoil. I can do this. Yeah, recoil will be problematic. Nothing worse than having most of your salvo just not hit anything because of the recoil debuff to accuracy. There we go. That's the setup. Now let's see what we can do with this. Auxiliary engine. 14664. Mm. 14795. I think auxiliary 2 is the ticket here. 893, 990. Yeah, shaft 2. Balanced rudder, 882. Not much of a difference there. Hydraulic steering, 70 tons. Seven three. That's lighter. Electric 1 is lighter than hydraulic. Okay, so that's what we're gonna go with. Let's go with increased HE. And go with my regular capped and capped. We're gonna need a lot of ammo because the enemy has a lot of ships. Super heavy. Tube powder and TNT4. I don't want to waste displacement on traverse. Let's go to coincidence, and of course radar generation 2. What's the weight difference between generation 1? Nothing. Yeah, easy generation 2. So reload. So 15,789. 16,216. I think semi-auto, maybe? Gives me a reload time of 38.1 seconds. Yeah. These are 53 caliber length. That's quite long. Let's see, we're starting at 30,000 kilometers. 30,000 meters, excuse me. Where I have an accuracy of 3.3 and 5.5%. I give it a -10 barrel length. It's doing the thing where it doesn't update. There we go, 49 caliber. 3.3 and 4.9. At base length it was 3.3 and 5.5. So I'm losing some AP accuracy at 30,000. If I go absolute minimum length, 44 caliber, 3.1 and there we go, 27.6 seconds. That's quite fast firing. 3.3 and 4.9. Are we just gonna go with this? I think so. I think so. Let's go with some protection then, because I might actually take some hits. So 15, 3, 51. Triple hull bottom. Not that not that heavy for the plus 7.5 resistance. My resistance is now 119 with Citadel 5. 127. Okay. That's not bad. That's gonna give me some protection. And it's gonna be lighter than this because there's a lot of armor that I can reduce. Let's go reinforced bulkheads 1. Anti-flood 2. Let's see, 18, 102, 18, 241, 380. I think anti-flood 2 is the ticket here. And anti-torp 1. That's my flash fire chance now, 10%. 6%. Or 12.2. Yeah, the flash fire chance is it is there. I could probably do something to reduce it. Like so. Yeah, in fact, that's what we're gonna do instead of going up for the heavier barbettes, because this also gives me other gives me plus 5% floatability. Do I want to keep maximum bulkheads? Do I want to do that? Does it show me anywhere here what my what the maximum bulkheads actually give me? I don't think I've checked. I just usually keep it at max out of habit. They do add some weight though. I don't think I'm brave enough to go with minimum bulkheads, but I can go with many. Yeah, that's what I want to go with. Now here's where we can save some weight. Yeah, that accuracy is not bad really. So we're gonna keep 44 caliber maybe, because here it updates the barrel length. 45 caliber is good enough. fore and aft belts, what kind of weight do they add? What's the minimum main belt I can have? I think it's 6 inches. Oh, it's 9. 18591. Or that's no different at all. That's basically no difference. The belt armor adds very, very little. So 9 inches or 14 inches. That's not that much of a weight difference. So we're going to keep it at 14. What about 2 and 2? 18227. The aft belt is only covering this small part, so it doesn't add that much weight. Yeah, we can go like that. Main deck, I don't think it needs to be that heavy, because we're fighting 1925 ships and they don't have a lot of deck penetration. So we can reduce that. .5 on the no wait, aft deck. Probably want to keep that kind of substantial. 1.5 on the foredeck. And got a little bit of a an aft weight offset. Not too surprising given that third turret there. Conning tower. Yeah, some armor. So we are now reducing the hang on, I've got the citadel armor here. If I keep that at minimum 17,519, or let's keep that at 9 inches and just rely on the third inner belt and third inner deck for the main heavy caliber protection. That's equal to 5 inches of deck protection. It's equal to 6 inches. Not bad. That's equal to 10. It's equal to 20. Let's just reduce these until the third one is maxed out. We're fighting 1925 ships. I'm probably not going to be looking at 20 inches of main belt penetration. 17, maybe. That should be safe. So we're now at 17,259 tons. That's quite heavy, but it's not that bad. And we are fast enough to be able to avoid getting swarmed by all of those DDs. Well, hopefully. Not a lot of torpedo protection. But this is quite a maneuverable ship. Let's just see if I can make it even faster. 18,000. Yeah, I think that's 18,112 tons. If I make it 29.8 or 29.6, there we go. 17,999 tons. Might be someone has made a lighter ship than me. It's very possible that someone has made something lighter, but will they be able to sink the entire enemy task force? It kind of depends on what the AI cooks up, which could be anything from surprisingly decent to absolute dog turd. So let's hope it's the second one. All right, the AI has finished cooking its fleet, and this is what they came up with. Let's see. Let's see what they've come up with. That is, I guess, their battleship. Yeah, because that's a battlecruiser. So this must be the battleship. What kind of guns do you have? Battleship? From China? Really only interested in the main guns. That's a lot of secondaries, though, of different calibers. 13.8 inch main guns. I'm guessing they're probably Mark III in 1925. And the battlecruiser has 12.2. Could be Mark IV? No, Mark III. Also, probably. What about their DDs? What kind of torpedoes are we gonna have to dodge? 6-kilometer torpedo range. How many? How many launchers? That's not a bad looking DD. For an AI design, this is looking very decent. Looks like 9. A quad and a quint. Is that a light or a heavy cruiser? I'm not sure. I think it's a light cruiser. I think the Chinese have a light cruiser hull that looks like this. We got 13-kilometer torpedoes, and wait, where's your main gun range? What was your main guns? 6.1s. Okay, so I can keep out of range from those quite easily. And I guess that's their heavy cruiser. It's tiny. I thought I was the one with the tiny ship. And I'm guessing this one also has torpedoes, because AI design. 10-inch guns. 22 kilometers. So, 20-something kilometers. That is my my safe space. 26.6 knots cruising speed with the diesel. Okay, come on, Infanta. Let's infantilize some battleships. We can open up on the DDs when they get a little bit closer, and we have to start kiting away. Oh, we're out of range. Yeah, because I reduced the range, didn't I? Fine then. Start blapping DDs. Set it to save. So she waits a little bit before... I think I might be carrying too much HE ammo, actually. AP, I mean. Should probably have gone with max HE instead of increased. Just because there are so many light ships to fight here. Okay, let's set it to normal then. No. HE. You're fighting DDs. Need a couple of hits for it to be toast. Do these things actually have armor? The DDs. Next. My rate of fire is kind of scary. I'm suddenly getting more worried about running out of ammunition. Next. Oh, that's a light cruiser. That's not a DD, that's a light cruiser. It's, you have launched torpedoes. You have no armor. So, HE was actually the correct choice here. These are speedy. 39 knots! No wonder I had a hard time hitting them. Until they got close. That's one dead. Let's, yeah, you're also minimizing your beam and draft. These are even more fragile than mine. 24-inch torpedoes, though. That packs a punch. If I take a spread of those, I'm done. Luckily, I'm also quite maneuverable for a battleship. That's a lot of torpedoes incoming. And some of them are changing course. Infanta, by the way, suitable name for a tiny battleship. So far, my torpedo dodging has worked. Okay, that one, that problem solved itself. Let's take a look at the DDs now that they are identified. Zero armor. 35 knots. Okay, we can go down to cruising speed again. Volley. Let's finish off this one. It's almost dead. Yep, dead. Dingzhou. Oh, she just sank. Let's take on these DDs. Good job so far, Infanta. Well, that one looks like it's gonna hit. Yes. And we are, of course, just overpenning these because they have 0 inches of armor. That might actually make them very hard to kill. Okay, you just switch targets on your own. Let's see, have the other ships been identified? The heavy cruisers are here. They got some armor. Also HE food for the most part. Battleships have not been identified yet. Well, the mission is to kill everything. So I will need to sink these DDs. Even though just letting them go and focusing on the rest of the enemy fleet is tempting. There we go, good hit and flooding. It's switching targets. But gosh darn it. Can you just stick with one? There's also a ship out here for some reason. I'm getting nowhere near their torpedo range. I can in fact get even closer if I want to. Just so I can hit them reliably with HE shells that do nothing. What kind of torpedoes did you have? 20-inch. I am regretting not putting some secondaries on my battleship, because if they got a 6-kilometer torpedo range, I could have gotten to like 7 kilometers and just gunned them down with 4-inch guns or something like that. But that could also make me very vulnerable to crew dying and the ship surrendering. There you go, there are some more light cruisers out here. Are you gonna sink soon? Urumqi? Or are you just gonna absorb an insane number of 14-inch high explosive shells? I mean, if I'm just gonna be overpenning it anyway, might as well overpen with AP and not waste my my precious limited HE. There you go, flash fires. Can you just pen the bow section? There we go. Surrendered. I had to score headshots on every single crew member with my 14-inch armor-piercing shells for the ship to surrender. These DDs are actually just running away. If the light cruisers are running away, which it looks like, then they're just gonna run. Because they have a speed advantage. 10 knots. And my tiny battleship is quite fast for a tiny battleship, but it's not this fast. So I don't think I can catch up to these DDs unless I just cause a whole lot of flooding. So yeah, these light cruisers are running out of range. Out of view range even. Yeah, these guys are running. It didn't say so in the challenge, but previously the case has been that if the enemy just runs away and you can't catch up, that does count as a kill. Let's see, the battleship has been identified. Fang. That's an expensive battleship. That's a fast battleship. It doesn't have a lot of armor. 1.4 inches of main deck, foredeck, aft, aft deck actually thick. 12.8 main belt. Yeah, Mark III, 13-inch guns. Cordite, TNT2. Could this be explosive? What about the battlecruiser? That's some armor. Okay, so I will need my AP. Going at 3, TNT2 here also. Battlecruisers actually slower than the battleships. Let's go with HE and just go through their extended belts. It's plus beam and draft, so this is quite a tanky ship. I will actually have to speed up for it not to catch up with me. There we go, we're doing some flooding damage on the Fang. And some main tower hits. This is not a terrible clown ship, but luckily it has just enough armor that my HE shells can penetrate and do big damage. There are 3 more DDs here that we will have trouble sinking. Let's go to auto. What kind of turret armor do you have? 18.8, 8.5, 17.1. I could potentially go through their top armor. I will have to do that with the battlecruisers. Try and go for deck penetrations. 13 inches of belt pen. I can manage that. Hang on. They have armor quality. What was it? 135? 145 for this one. 135 here. Let's say 140 then. Yeah, I should be able to go through. We're switching to the closest battleship again. Slowing down a little bit again. These heavy cruisers are just hanging out. Yeah, that main deck. Easy to penetrate. Superstructure too. There's 4 deck penetration. Now the Zikai is also flooding. So my worries of it catching up to me and gunning me down are starting to not be that worrisome. Did you have Citadel armor too? Yes, a little bit. Main deck pen, 6,000 damage. Could potentially have gone with lower penetration HE. In this case, Zikai is breaking off. Yeah, my gun recoil debuff is still pretty bad. That's why I reduced my main guns from 14-inch to 15 when building. Well, reduced, that's why I didn't go for the biggest ones. I was thinking about 15. When you have a tiny ship, the recoil debuff is a lot more severe. Preferring AP now, actually. And the battleship is out of range. How about these cruisers? Are they out of range? 34 kilometers. How about we start dealing with them? Because they're all in a row. Neatly lined up. They are slower than my battleship, so they're not gonna get away. They're gonna get sunk. They're gonna get very much non-intacted. Ooh, there was a big hit. Took off most of its bow. Easily get a little bit closer here while firing. I'm losing sight of a lot of ships. Probably the light cruisers and DDs disappearing off into the distance. And it is trending towards evening. There we go, big penetrations. How about you fire AP? Let's see what it does. Well, HE is apparently very successful. Okay, we're in range of these three. Yeah, AP just overpenning. Or downright missing. Okay, let's switch to the lead ship. The new lead ship. This one ain't going anywhere. Especially not now. I think it's actually sinking. Yep. Or was it? Yeah. Suyan sinks. Range 21 kilometers. Let's open that up a little bit. What kind of accuracy do you have at this range? You have some accuracy and some penetration. Enough to cause trouble. Okay, there we go. Main gun hit. Blew the aft right off. Ricochets. Okay, back to auto. Keeps firing AP. Okay, next lead ship. This one ain't going nowhere. Might actually have killed it there. Second time that happened. I think it might remain afloat. But it's certainly not going anywhere. No, it actually sank. Alright. And 2 heavy cruisers left. Sank 2 out of the 4 they had. Then we're going back to deal with the battleships and battlecruisers and the DDs. There we go, big penetrations. Nanjing also leaving its place at the head of the column. It got a little bit far away again. Let's get a little bit closer again. Now we're firing HE, and HE is running low. Now we're going back to AP. And need the HE for the battleships. And especially the DDs. Well, it doesn't really matter with the DDs. I'm gonna overpen no matter what I fire. And Nanjing also sinking. 4. A 3. Yeah, that should be it. Yep. Sank. 1 heavy cruiser left. Liao Ning. Why are they sinking so easily? Anti-flood 1. Triple bottom, anti-torp 3. Maybe the hull just has a really bad floatability. Displacement is very low. Maybe they're designed with minimum displacement. Just look how fast the water spreads. Is it gonna sink on its own now, or do I need to hit it more? I think they're pumping out. No, they're not. Four, 3. Yeah, that's definitely it. Yeah, it's sinking now. Onto the battleship. With my remaining ammunition. And this is HE food. Let's kill the battleships with HE and the battlecruisers with AP. How far away are you? Out of range. So we need to get closer. But they're also coming towards me. So the closing rate is not too bad. Yeah, they got 5 more DDs here in this formation. "29 kilometers out." There we go, hitting big damage. Engine 2 damaged. We're gonna sink the Fang. Then on to Zikai. Battleships, I think, will be a lot easier to sink than the DDs. Ironically. Yep, it's flooding. But this one has plus beam and draft, so it shouldn't flood out that easily. Couple more salvos should be enough, I think. Come on, Fang. Take the hint. Do I need to AP you? There goes some more flooding. So from afar, HE is the better choice because of the deck penetration. Closer in, I might want to go through the belts, and then I need AP. The problem is I'm running out of ammo, and that is with increased ammunition. Yeah, Fang is dead. Let's switch targets so as to not waste any ammo on a sinking ship. HE running very, very low. Gonna fire off what we can. Yeah, I think spending maybe 1,000 tons on some secondaries to deal with the DDs would have been a good idea. Or maybe just hoping that the AI built DDs with like 1 inch of armor, as they usually do. But not this time. Don't know how I went through the aft belt on the ship that is closing in, but I did. Yeah, 75 shells left. Let's see if we can penetrate those battle cruisers now that we are close, because it's already very apparent that no, we're not going to sink them all, simply because of lack of ammo. And there goes my main tower. So there goes my accuracy. And my spotting. "23 rounds left of AP. Set the guns to normal instead of save, because my accuracy went to poop without the main tower. 5 rounds, 1 round left. There we go, out of ammo. And yeah, that was it. Sinking the entire enemy task force. Not possible. Not with this battleship. And not with these AI ships. Lack of armor on the DDs. Probably what did it. Because they just ate up way too many shells. And also surprising amount of armor all over the battlecruisers. So they were not easy kills. Battleships, kind of whatever, typical AI deal. They did go down. And yep, that's it. That's a fail from me. Check out the description below for links to the other videos made by other admirals. Goodbye, and take care.